Hey, what's happening, family? It's the Leather Cowboy right here at Premier Leathercrafters in the Dirty South. Dirty South is where I lay my head. I want to give you guys a quick update because I have been multitasking and have a lot of projects going on. So let me catch you up to speed as of right now. I've already done one of these videos and I accidentally erased it in the editing process. So let me go ahead and upgrade you right now. Just a quick plug into the Merch HQ where I have my t-shirt company at, where this is one of the t-shirts that we feature in there. It says, "Don't blame lazy people. They didn't do anything." So if you're interested in getting this shirt, check out merchhq.com right there on the square where you can go in and you can see my shirts and you can purchase these shirts right here for $24.99. But don't blame lazy people. They didn't do anything. That's the funniest thing that I've heard in my life. But let me catch you up on the speed. This is the tambourine cover that we're going to go on there. It has already been oiled. This is the part that I already did this video, and actually it showed where I put the border down on there. So the only thing that's left to do to this piece is to cut this out and to get it contact cemented to the tambourine, and then I'm going to cover this. Actually, I think I'm going to cover it first with some Resin to bring out a little bit of shine to that, but I'm not going to do anything else to this. Now, I oiled this real heavy because and this is just a good plug for you leather crafters out there. Any project that you're working on that's going to be exposed to the elements, you want a heavy oil. Also, any project that you're working on that's going to come in contact with human skin a lot, you want to heavy oil that. Now, which leads me up to why I heavy oil this tambourine cover, because the salt and the oils that's in your hand will, especially if that person is sweating while they're playing the tambourine, the salt in your skin and in your sweat will start to pull out the oil and make this dry out faster. So, but you can do what I do with my customers. I recommend, just to give you a little added value to your projects, is to send a little complimentary 1 ounce bottle of oil along with your projects. Now, that's a small, very small gesture, but it is big in the value of the product, because inside of that package also, you're going to put a little care card in there of how the customer can take just a regular cotton ball swab. They don't have to have lamb's wool like we use, but they can use a regular cotton ball swab, and just to keep the project or keep their leather piece oiled. Especially if you're in drier climates like your Midwest, Western states, all the way out to Arizona, where they have no moisture in the air. It's very dry. So you want to have the instructions in there to oil it about twice a month. Now, in your more humid states, where I live here in the South, then you probably can get away with oiling it about once a month. And then that little 1 ounce bottle of oil will last a good little while. And then you can also tell them they don't have to get neat's foot oil like what we do, unless you're a crafter. You can't buy this stuff at Walmart or the grocery store. But, however, you can go to the grocery store and buy extra virgin olive oil. And that's some information that I picked up from Don Gonzalez, because Don Gonzalez uses the extra virgin olive oil. Now, I haven't done an in-depth research study on the difference of the two, but I do know maybe in the earlier years before neat's foot was even created. I don't think they had neat's foot oil back in the horse and buggy days or the old Roman civilization days. I think they used olive oil because the olives have always been around all the way back to probably pre-existing the biblical days. So, but and I'm assuming just from the wordplay, when you talk about virgin olive oil, and then extra extra or extra virgin olive oil. I'm assuming that that is coming from the time that the olives are harvested. But if you guys, if I don't do another video on the differences between the virgin olive oils, you guys are more than welcome to do that research on your own and do a little in-depth research, because that will tell your customers that you really know about your product and how to take care of their leather. So, but the point that I was getting to was that every grocery store and Walmart sells extra virgin olive oil. In the South, here in the church, we call it blessed oil. That's the stuff that they put, you know, they be blessing you with, is extra virgin olive oil. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with the biblical times too. But they can, that little 1 ounce bottle will get them by until they can go, and you can get a bottle of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. You can probably get a bottle of that at Walmart for about maybe $4 to $5. I'm not sure. I don't know the pricing on that, but it shouldn't be too expensive. I'm gonna say $10 and under, and that's something for your customers that they can do on their own, as opposed to sending it back to you and making or having you oil their leather products that they buy. Now, the second part that we'll be getting caught up, the guitar strap for free beer is done. Actually, let me put it on the right side. So the guitar strap is done, and I've already oiled and antiqued and resined the outside part of this, and I've already stitched my padding. If you guys can see that, I've already stitched the lamb's wool inside of that for extended wear. And what I was ready to do, when I decide to do this video, was I was going to oil the inside of the strap. Now, this is also going to help soften this guitar strap up a little bit and make it a little bit more comfortable. The only thing left after that is to run this through the belt sander, get it all nice and smooth, and bond these two pieces of leather. You guys can see that one is lighter than the exterior part. So what's going to help aid in this is doing the edge coat process. So I'm going to sand all of this together, let that heat and friction marry these two pieces of leather together, so you won't be able to see that it's two separate pieces. That is very key, ladies and gentlemen, in the burnishing of any of your projects. If you don't have a belt sander, you can do that with just a regular sanding block. I would tell you to, I would encourage you to even make your own. And you can just get a little block of wood, glue some sandpaper on there, or get you some two-sided tape so you can change the sandpaper out, and you just want to go down the edges of these. The reason why the sanding block might be a little bit more controlled, but you really have to be hands-on if you're going to use the belt sander. I've seen people use various different heavy machinery in order to do that. You can use the belt sander or the what they call the oscillating sander. You can use those, but you want to just be hands-on and pay attention to that and make sure that you don't go below your guideline. This is why you guys will always see me, I'll have a guideline that's left. So when I cut my pieces, I cut them a little bit bigger than what the actual piece is. Then that way, when I put it on the sander, I know how far to go back and stop. Because by that time, the heat and the friction will marry these. Then when I come back with my edge coat, and then I come back with, now you can use any wood block. They do have the edgers that you can purchase. You can get those anywhere from any leather store. You can also get them on Amazon as well, where they have the grooves notched into them to where you can take that and that's the burnishing process. Again, and the heat and the friction from the wood is going to melt that edge coating down to where you won't see those two lines ever again. So what you're going to see right now, you guys, I'm just putting the oil on there. Let me angle this camera down a little bit. So you guys can see, again, I go heavy, and the leather will tell you when it cannot take any more. As of right now, I don't know anyone that says too much oil or putting too much oil on a project. What you do want to be mindful of, though, is especially when you're stitching, you are dealing with the oil, and if you've already stitched this, you want to make sure that the oil, when it gets into that wax thread, that it doesn't loosen your stitches up. So, but you guys are seeing the first part right now. It's just to make it, to stay on the safe side, oil it before you sew. Oil it before you stitch. But now in this case, I have this padding up under there, and I want to make sure that the padding didn't make the contact cement separate or lose where my chisel punches were. So that's why I went ahead and stitched this up first so I can get everything in place, and then as the oil softens the leather, it's going to make it to where it will bend and flex onto the wearer. So just to keep those things in mind, ladies and gentlemen, but these projects are out the door and they are done. Well, except for the tambourine. That's going to be the next one. But the guitar strap, the custom guitar strap has been completed. And I'm just going to put this on the sander to do the burnishing ends. And then this is out the gate, ladies and gentlemen. This is out the gate. So just to let you guys know that that is all ready to rock and roll. So, and it looks just like that. Nice, uniformed, all one color. That's the greatest part about it. You just want it to be all nice and uniform. And again, the leather will tell you when it can't take any more oil, because you will know when you get ready to put the oil on there. If it doesn't pool on the top of the leather, then you can see it as soon as you put it in, it starts pulling it in. So I can probably hit this a few more times, and it's just going to darken it up. Just nothing bad. But I can probably hit this a couple of more times and then just let this set to where it'll have that nice softness and flexibility, and it'll work right in with that padding that's on the top of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, hey, this is the Leather Cowboy right here, Premier Leathercrafters in the Dirty South. I'll see you guys on the next one, and then I have finishing photos of the tambourine, and then we'll show you how we're going to get ready to start with some new custom valet trays. This was actually a leaf that I found in the yard from a big old oak tree. I think that's an oak tree, oak or elm or something, but this was an actual live leaf that I taped to this cereal box. You guys can find patterns in anything. And this is actually going to be a future valet tray. Something different, small project from Premier Leathercrafters. I'll see you guys on the other side. Keep crafting.